Hey y'all, and welcome to another episode of Beauty Toe. It's your girl Britt, and yes, as promised, I have been able to book me a beautiful young lady for this particular episode. We're going to dibble and dabble into a few things. We're going to kind of talk about self-love and the importance of that. Mental health just being a real thing throughout the whole entire year, not just for certain months, but through the year we all get to our points of being down. So what to kind of do for yourself. So self-love, self-care. So just getting that mental together. And we're going to hear about her fabulous just background and journey. And this is going to be a great episode, y'all. I'm so excited that y'all tuned in. Another juicy one. And you know what? Without further ado, let this beautiful model with her fabulous outfit introduce herself today.
Thank you so much, Miss Britt. Well, my name is Kayla Monique, and I am a part-time hairstylist traveling in Cleveland, Ohio. I'm also a youth counselor with Ohio Guidestone right here in Cleveland, Ohio. And then I'm also a speaker who shares her story about my adoption journey.
Awesome. Well, she is an amazing woman. Me and her go back. So before she became this fabulous guidance counselor, she was my colleague at a bank that we worked at. We ain't gonna mention because they ain't gonna be paying us no dollars for it. But we both had the financial background of working together. I've had the pleasure of working with her for over a year. It was a great experience.
Absolutely.
We both since then parted our own ways. And like I said, she's went a whole different direction, one that is very befitting for what she does. I love it. I follow her on Instagram, and I'm just admired by just your growth, your beauty, the way that you are so out here, you're coming out there and just speaking to the world, and they need to hear, your story.
For sure.
So, and aside from us working together, we have a lot of other, commonalities. We are both single moms. Single boy moms.
Yes, boy moms. Let's go ahead and make that clear. Yes, for sure.
We definitely we be doing so much. Entrepreneur. Again, I'm new to this, but she been true to this. She's been doing this a while, y'all. She's a fabulous hairstylist doing her thing, like she said, throughout Cleveland, Ohio. And you know what? I remember with us working together, I think one of the things that really stuck out to me is that, for one, even on a bad day, you were always so positive.
Yes.
And nobody really knows what all that you have, been through and overcame from being, an adoptee at one point. And, just having to figure out ways to deal with your mental. So we're going to kind of touch into all of that.
I'm excited.
Matter of fact, let's kind of dive into that, because I think your story of being adoptee kind of helps with now where you're at in your job role today. So,
for sure.
So how was that, just being able to, I know you've just now reconnected with some of your siblings and stuff. So tell me a little bit about, being adopted for some of us who don't know or haven't had someone in close proximity to kind of know what all that entails.
No problem. So for me, my journey started in Warren, Ohio, which is like an hour away from Cleveland. I went into foster care at 3 months old. Basically, my parents had mental health issues as well as drug and alcohol dependency. So with that, I went into foster care at 3 months. Then at the age of 2, that's when I got adopted, moved to Cleveland. And honestly, I was adopted into an amazing family, to be completely honest. Like, it really was an amazing family. But at the same time, you know what I mean, there are some identity issues that I deal with, that I dealt with, and things like that, like people pleasing, codependency, feeling like not good enough, wanting to not disappoint, or different things like that. So that was definitely a journey within itself, you know what I mean? And then becoming a teen mom.
That one,
You know what I mean? And then understanding that a lot of that did come from me being adopted and being separated from my family at such a young age. You know what I mean? And then, like I said, my adopted family is amazing, but there were some things there where they weren't super open, you know what I mean, saying I love you or affectionate, although they definitely did. You know what I mean? Sometimes you need to hear that. What's your love language? For me, words of affirmation. You get what I'm saying? So just getting into different relationships where there was people pleasing, codependency, you know, and everything like that. And then fast forward to turning 21, started my journey of reconnecting with my biological family, which was amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just having all those different questions that I had when I was younger, like, why do I like this? Why do I like that? Then being able to reconnect with my biological family, I'm like, oh, that's why I like to do that. You know, my mom is into that. My grandmother is into that. You know what I mean? So it's just been a beautiful journey. You know what I mean? Again, it has its ups and downs with any journey. But now I'm reconnected with my biological family. My adoptive family has been supportive with that entire journey. You know what I mean? Some of them follow each other on social media. I'm like, oh, okay, I love that. So it's one that, again, ups and downs, but it's beautiful. I can definitely say with my story, I'm proud. You know what I mean? That's why I like sharing it. You know, it has some dark points, but at the same time too, it has some highs. Like I have 2 families that love me. You know what I mean?
What a blessing.
2 families that love me. Wow. So, you know, so that's just a beautiful thing within itself. And it's still unfolding. As time goes on. You know what I mean? So
that's great. Now who reached, if you don't mind me asking,
no, you're
who
fine.
reached out to who? Was it you kind of on your soul search wanting to reconnect, or was one of your family members, you know, because we have so many things now in today's world, you know, you get your ancestry and you know the different things that you can, you know, look up online now.
Exactly.
Reconnect you. So how did that all come?
So my story was kind of unique in the sense that my caseworker, when I was in foster care, made a baby book for me. So with that baby book, she took time to put pictures in there. She told my story, you know what I mean? And then on top of that, my adoptive mom, she didn't keep it from me. You know what I mean? So I openly could see my baby book. Once I got old enough to understand what it was about, knew I was adopted, would still get newsletters from the adoption agency. So it just started that journey like, okay, how old do I have to be to start that process? So honestly, since I was like 9. To be completely honest, I already had in my mind like, hey, when I become of age, I'm going to start that process. Became 21, reached out to adoption agency, and actually my sister, whose name is Kayla, she had already left her information. So she kind of was already like, hey, I know I have siblings out there, just in case one of them decides to reach out to me. You know what I mean? And it just kind of went from there. It was like a spiraling effect. I just started meeting everybody.
Good. Look how God works. I love it. I love it. And then, like you said, it's now expanded your family. So now it's a whole different dynamic. The boys get to take on, you know, having this extended family. So this is just a phenomenal way for everything to kind of reunite. And then, like you said, it helps solve some different, you know, missing pieces in your life that now you can kind of be able to understand more of why, you know, you maybe thought like this or, you know, like certain things.
Exactly,
like
for sure.
So, awesome. Now, I know as that's still, you know, unfolding day to day. Like you said, there's always going to be probably more family that you reconnect with and things like that. And speaking of connection, like I said, I think that all of what you went through and through the discovery helped you now go from, you know, banking world to now you are with the youth. Like, so tell me, how did that all come about?
So it's very interesting. So once I did my whole journey of, you know, meeting my biological family and going back to the adoption agency, because I wanted to just say thank you. Like, you know, you guys really took time to care and really take me through that journey of being adopted. So I just wanted to go back and say thank you. You know what I mean? And because of that, it inspired me. I was like, I want to be like my caseworker. You know, the way she poured into me, I want to be able to pour into others too. And it was also a thought of like healing myself as well. You know, as I'm helping the youth or whatever heal through whatever they may be going through, I'm also healing that little girl inside of me that needed somebody when I was a teenager, different things like that to kind of go to and be able to have like that safe space to really go there and talk about what I was going through. You know what I mean? So literally in therapy on my whole healing journey, and my therapist really kind of led me in that direction. And I definitely went through the whole, you know, imposter syndrome, like, I'm not qualified to do that. You know what I mean? Like, I got to go back to school to be a social worker. I really don't want to do school, you know. And she was like, just go for it. I was like, okay. And literally took 3 interviews, but by that 3rd interview, I ended up getting a position. It'll be a year in March. And when I say I love it,
oh my gosh,
I love it.
That's
like,
awesome.
you know, I've had those moments where I'm like leaving a session and I'm in tears.
Yeah.
You know, because I know I got through to them. You know what I mean? And definitely when it resonates with something that I've been through.
Yes.
You know, being a teen mom, not once, twice.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? Just dealing with mental health myself. You know what I mean? So being able to see them, not just sympathize, but actually empathize and be able to put myself in their shoes and be able to show them like, hey, I did it. Like I'm literally, I did it. Okay. So you can do it. That's so it's a beauty. So shout out to my therapist. Yes, definitely, because she definitely did that, and it's been an amazing journey and transition. Yeah, and I just love it. I love, and we were talking about this before the camera. You know, that God will put certain people in your life, and sometimes just be that, you know, that ram in the bush, that Nathan that just helps you to understand something that you may not have seen yourself. Yep. Because it's funny how you said that you didn't feel like you were qualified. I didn't. And I think we've all been there where we just get to doubting ourselves and our abilities. And when we're saying no, that it can be God saying yes. So I just think that is a testimony in itself. Of it is. You being able to still listen to her versus listen to yourself. That hadn't been a battle. And just decide, why not do it? Yeah. And then, like I said, let me just point, it took 3 interviews. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And by the time that second one was done and I didn't get it, I was just like, you know what, I'm just done. Wow. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so confused because leaving the medical, like being a medical assistant during COVID, leaving that and just really being like, I want to rebuild. I want something different for myself. And not settling when those different offers, it could have been easy to go back as a medical assistant. But it's not what I wanted. It's not where I was at. You know what I mean? I was evolving. You know what I mean? So it just showed me, like, when you really just stick to something and you're really set on what it is, you know, and just be patient. That's right. It will happen. That's the right. It will happen. Patience. You got to be patient because it's not always going to be pretty. Yeah. And I definitely wanted to quit. Wow. I definitely wanted to say, forget it. You know, I could just let me just go back medical assistant. And it's funny too, because like you said, you could have went back. Cause that's the easy route. Yeah. So for my beauties and gents out there, keep pushing, even when it seems impossible, even when it seems like it can't work, it won't work. Yes. I'm not the right fit. I still got this and that to do to get to that point. Believe in yourself. Sometimes some people around you can really fill you up and help you to believe when you don't see it, when you don't know it. And I think that's an awesome way that God will send people, messengers your way to push you to greatness. All the time. And it's funny that it pushed you to a point of purpose. You know what I mean? Because it feels more purpose-filled where you're at than where, you know, than back in our banking history. Yes. You know what I mean? Absolutely. And it's crazy because God is just going to take you and just only take you higher from here. That's the awesome part about it. And I think that is very, very important and very crucial that we have you for our youth, because our young men, especially our Black young men, they're, like you said, they're in need of a safe haven. They're in need of someone that they can confide in to be able to just kind of voice you know, what's going on, you know, that they can't feel comfortable doing at home or with their friends or family. So I'm grateful that God placed you in position. Absolutely. To be that for them, you know. So that is awesome. So tell me, what's been the most fulfilling of being with our youth and doing the work, you know, that don't feel I would literally say when because I've definitely had those clients where it's like they're very resistant. You know what I mean? They're just at that point where they're just like, here we go again. I don't really care. And when you actually have that session, you finally start to see that they start to crack. You're starting to get through to them. Yeah. You know what I mean? They're reaching out to you more than you're reaching out to them trying to schedule a session. You know what I mean? And I've definitely had those moments, like I said, where I've left the session and I've cried. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or say I didn't get to see a client because, say, I had something personal going on and I was off that day. And then they seem to be like, oh my gosh, like, I miss you. Like, where were you? Like, you know, like, what? Like, I was about to, you know, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Or they give you that hug and you're not expecting that. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's just so many different things that just makes it so rewarding. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just like, wow. You know what I mean? And again, it comes full circle. Yeah. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Because everything that I did go through, you know what I mean? Being a teen mom and putting on that brave face, like, I got this, you know what I mean? You know, and just doing it, but understanding underneath that, no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Definitely underneath that, I did need somebody to kind of really just let it break and just let it out too. You know what I mean? So just doing that as well just makes it like just full circle and just so rewarding for sure.
And I can only imagine because, I'm still trying to find. First off, I really feel as though God birthed my beauty toe because I'm very passionate. I don't know if you guys have seen my previous episodes. And for those who have, I appreciate y'all, love y'all. And for anybody new watching, please subscribe. Love
yes, please subscribe.
Because this only gets better from here. But yeah, I think that it's one thing to just have a job that you're going to and you have your dreadful moments of, okay, let me go in.
Yep.
And then there's other things that it doesn't feel like work, and it's so much rewardingness in it. And it's just, I don't even know if it's a word, we don't use it. But it's just so much just happiness and joy that just can't be expressed. And that's what Beauty Toe does for me. So whether I have just one viewer, whether I have 1,000 or 1,000,000 viewers, I'm just happy to be in a place, in a position where I've had my moments where I feel like I'm unqualified,
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I feel like what I've went through journey-wise definitely has helped to birth purpose. And like I said, for you and our youth, and you are very much needed. So that way you can probably help them find their purpose as well while you're yours.
Yes, like literally. And that's what I'm getting, because like I said, it's going on a year. So some of these kids, I haven't been with them that long. So I'm just excited to see that journey. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I've talked to other colleagues who have been with kids for 5 years. You know what I mean? Watch them graduate and different things like that, and really see that growth and that change and know that you played a part in that.
I know.
Like, oh my goodness. And what you said, like, difference between a job and something that you truly love, because it can have its days where it's draining. You know what I mean? Where you're taking on other people's stuff and things like that. But it's like in those moments where you still get that energy to still keep going. You know what I mean? That's when you know that you're really where you're supposed to be.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
That's an excellent point. So, yeah. And I love that. And actually, you touched on something that I wanted to go to too. With you being in the field and in the trenches, working for our youth, it does have times where you need some me time.
Yes.
And so for you, because again, I follow you on Instagram, I be all of your pages, stories, girl. But I know that you have definitely taking time, whether you got to carve some time out to make it for you. And I love that, because I think a lot of us tend to forget that, is that you need time for yourself. You can continue to fill up people all day long, but what do you do when you're drained? So you need to replenish yourself. So it starts with the self-care and just, self-love. So what are some things that helped you get to KK?
Ooh, and that was a fun journey, honestly. Like, just trying to find different things that really filled me up inside. So I definitely did yoga.
Okay.
That was definitely something that I did. But one of the major things that I kind of got back to, and I need to get back into it this year. I didn't do it last year, but dancing. You know what I mean? So I went to Cleveland School of the Arts as a dance major, and everything like that. So just being a dancer, I didn't really understand back then, but it was really an outlet for me emotionally and different things that I was going through and stuff like that.
Okay.
So getting back into dancing, pampering myself. You know what I mean? I know you've seen like in the stories like that. I will go and get a massage. Can I do it as often as I would like? No. Right. But when I can, I'm going to go get a massage. I'm going to take myself out on a date regularly. I'm going to buy myself flowers regularly. Absolutely. And then on top of that, when it comes to mental health therapy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's important. You want to take care of that too. Not just how you're looking on the outside and everything like that, but how are you feeling on the inside? You know what I mean? Because some of us can definitely be high functioning with different things going on, having anxiety, depression, like I do, you know what I mean? So those are the things that really just fill me up inside, doing art. You know what I mean? Just trying different things, getting out. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you said, stepping out your comfort zone. My first time taking myself out on a date by myself, it was definitely uncomfortable.
I'm sure.
You know what I mean? It was uncomfortable, but once I did it that one time and I kept doing it, now it's like second nature for me.
Okay.
Like that, I do more than anything. Like taking myself on a self-love date somewhere nice.
Yeah.
And just catering to me. You know what I mean? Treating myself, getting me something nice. Cause I'm a foodie. So food makes me happy. You know what I mean? So, I'm going to do that. And it's just all about figuring out what you love.
Yeah.
You know, what makes you happy? It could be anything. It could be rock climbing. It can be, You know what I mean? Music therapy. It could be doing your own at-home spa treatments and stuff like that. Maybe you don't want to go and get it professionally done. You enjoy doing it yourself. You know what I mean? So for me, it's just doing those things, like anything that I would look for somebody else to do for me or to treat me to, giving that to myself. And not waiting for somebody else to do it for me, and just affirming it for myself. Like, whatever I want, whatever I need, I can already give that to myself now. You know what I mean? So if somebody else is giving it to me, it's just bonus. You know what I mean? And if they don't, it's okay, because I'm already filling myself up.
That part right there.
You know what I mean? So definitely those things. Therapy. You know what I mean? Taking myself on self-love dates. Even doing a staycation. You know what I mean? Just finding a hotel somewhere not too far away.
Right.
You know what I mean? And just doing that for the weekend.
Oh, wow. You know, I haven't tried that yet, but it's been on my to-do list.
Do it. Really? I definitely did it for my birthday, I want to say 2 years ago.
Okay.
I just got a room at the Hilton downtown. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's, you know, corner view, and just got it for myself. I didn't need anybody else to be there. And I try to do that intentionally every year for my birthday too.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And no shade to anybody, but it's my day. You know what I mean? And with having so many roles, being a mom, being a youth counselor, being a part-time hairstylist, just all these different sister, friend, all these different titles and roles, you know what I mean? It's okay to be selfish sometimes.
Yeah.
So for my birthday, I literally like to make that day, weekend, whatever it is, like just pampering me. Just strictly for Kayla.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that's what I've become accustomed to. Like, I'm going to treat me till I'm blue in the face. Yes, absolutely. And I am.
Real treatment.
Yes.
Yes,
absolutely.
I love it. And especially as we are in the month of February, y'all, where it's about love. It doesn't have to be love for just a significant other. It can be love for yourself.
Absolutely.
Because I think we tend to forget that, and that is where we're going wrong.
Yeah.
And this is why we go soul searching and things and people, and it doesn't do us any good, because it does have to start internally with us and treating us right. So like she said, she don't just do no McDonald's sit down in the restaurant. She gonna put herself in a nice place with some good food and just good service, and enjoy the company of yourself. And I think that that's very important. It does take it doesn't take a lot to get over the fact that you're by yourself.
It does. Oh my goodness. You feel, because you definitely, like, everybody's looking at you. Like, she by herself.
I know.
You definitely, but then, like I said, after you do it, and now, would you say you feel a little bit more comfortable?
And like you said, you got to do it more to get that comfortability.
Yes, you do. You do.
Your first time, even by your second or third, it's like,
ooh,
I probably look so
so awkward. My person was literally on the rooftop. I'm like right in the center. Everybody's around me, so I really just felt like everybody was looking at me. I'm like, okay, but yeah, now, like I said, it's nothing for me to do it. Like, I can do it in a heartbeat.
I'm loving it.
Heartbeat.
We're back, y'all. A little briefing, y'all know. In the podcast world, anything can come up, and we're gonna keep this going.
Yes.
So, like my girl KK has been saying, she has told us about her journey. She has told us about the beautiful reunion of her family, the fact that she has found her purpose with our youth here in Cleveland. She has also found time for her. And I think that that's very important, especially as us being single moms out here. We get drained, we get burnt out, we're working moms at that. So all of that put together, you have to set time aside for yourself. Absolutely. And I think that it comes with not only treating yourself right, but just realizing that when that opportunity comes, when that point comes, that then God can send somebody your way, because you've already gotten into your little groove where you would love to have them, but you don't have to have them.
That's the key.
And there's a big difference.
It is.
So speaking of which, because it's in the month of love, and us being, like I said, we're single moms, you know.
Yes.
But how has it been? Have you been out here venturing off? Have we dabbled in some dating, or what's going on?
Okay, so I will be honest. Yes, I've dated here and there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Nothing serious though. You know what I mean? Just to be completely honest, just I'm in my 30s and I'm dating. You know what I mean? So just experiencing that, you know what I mean? But then also my teens, I was in a serious relationship. My 20s, I was in a serious relationship. So it's kind of like my 30s, I kind of want that to be for me.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And like I said, rebuilding and everything like that, you know, experiencing living on my own, just all these different things, and not having to worry about how somebody else is going to feel about it. You know what I mean? Okay. But yeah, just dating here and there, nothing serious. I'm honestly at a point now where I enjoy being single.
Good,
you know what I mean? Like, definitely Valentine's Day, Sweetest Day, the holidays was, it'd be a little rough, you know, like, oh, dang, you know, the kids leave and go, you know, you just there. You're like, all right. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm at a point now where the holiday can come and I can actually be good and not be sad about it and down and everything like that. And, you know, like we were saying, self-love is the best love. You know what I mean? We definitely get conditioned when we're growing up to give love to others, but I hope everybody finds, like, the most important relationship is with yourself.
It is.
You know what I mean? And do I still want love? Do I still want a relationship? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. That's definitely still a desire that I have. You know what I mean? But it's just right now, that's just not, you know, what's happening. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. And like I said, I think a lot of us, we have to get to that point of being okay with being by yourself for a little bit. Yeah. I think that it's the perfect time, and I've even said this in previous, you know, episodes. This is the perfect time where you can start doing you. You can figure out what you want to, you know, do, whether it's some different goals that you've been meaning to, you know, hit. And now you can really focus in on that and have the time for it. Because relationships come with, you know, it becomes time consuming to a certain degree. You have to be unselfish, but this is your time to be selfish when you're by yourself and single, that you can be able to really focus. You focus more on your children, you know, and things like that. You focus more on yourself just in general to see if there's something that, you know, potentially you want to venture off and do. Yeah. So I think let's not look at it in such a negative light.
Exactly.
Let's just take it for what it is, roll with it.
Yeah.
And when the time comes, I feel like we're all going to be blessed with that beautiful person that is meant for us. But it's going to be in the right timing. And, you know, we'll be in a better position, too, to be able to accept it.
That, too. There's a season for everything.
It is.
Honestly.
That's right.
And, my biological grandmother, you know, a lot of times if we're not moving, you know, and I've dealt with that. If I'm not moving or doing something, I'm not being productive, And a lot of times I would call her when we were building our relationship, like, what you doing, Grandma? Being still. You know what I mean? And within being still, there's still something that's happening within you. You know what I mean? And that favorite analogy, you know, a butterfly when they go into the cocoon as a caterpillar, doesn't mean that there's nothing happening inside that cocoon just because you can't see it. There is something happening. So even with being still, things are still happening. Your single season, things are still happening. You're still growing. You know what I mean? Just accept that season for what it is.
That's right. You know? That's it. That's the beautiful thing about it. And I just love how you put that so eloquently. It's just, sometimes it's okay to just be still and do nothing. Yeah. And be okay with that too. Yeah. So I love it. I love it. So, girl, you have a lot going on. First of all, I'm so thankful that she was able to make some time out to come and see me and, you know, to be able to share her story. Like I said, I've seen her sharing her story on Instagram, but it's a different thing to be able to have you in person, in the flesh, being able to give us the different dynamics of everything. So I know that besides what you got going on, I know you got more that you got, you know, you're dibbling and dabbling in. So, you know, tell us, what else does KK have, you know, going on, or what's some different things in your, you know, singleness that you're trying to hit some goals? What's some goals?
So in my singleness, I definitely want to do more speaking.
Yeah,
I want to actually work on developing my speaking skills. I have a mentor that I've been working with for a while. You know what I mean? Actually get into some speaking classes, like Toastmasters, different things like that. You know, just to get my speaking at a better place and do more speaking engagements. My first one was last year. You know, at Forever, it's actually a nonprofit, Forever Sunshine. Women's inaugural event was the first event where I got to speak. You know what I mean? And it was just so fulfilling. Yeah. You know what I mean? Afterwards, being able, people coming up to you and actually identifying with your story, saying thank you, saying how your story, you know, resonated with them or it moved something within them. You know what I mean? And so after that, I was like, you know what? And I was been told, I talk a lot. Why not? Why, you know what I mean? Why not go ahead and do speaking? So definitely I want to dive into that a little bit more, do more speaking opportunities and everything like that. And then also, which you kind of helped me with that when we worked together, but I'm also, like I said, because I am an adoptee and I have a past in foster care, I would love to get my nonprofit off of the ground. You know, Unshattered Hearts and Dreams, which is mainly what I would love to have is forever homes, not just group homes, but forever homes for children who are aging out of foster youth.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So if they fall on hard times, once they get out of that home and, they're doing good and they need somewhere to come back to, they can come back. The whole essence of forever home. So just developing my speaking more about my story with adoption, everything like that. And, just doing that and doing the whole nonprofit. That's what I've kind of been working on in my single season. I want to see that grow and really get to a place where I can see it actually come to fruition.
Oh,
you know what I mean? So, yes, that's what I want to do.
That would be
That's
awesome.
what I want to do.
I think that's a beautiful vision because it's going to come to fruition,
Absolutely.
when the time comes. I think that's beautiful because not everyone thinks about, afterwards that people still need a safe haven, a safe place to be able to go to. And that is a wonderful thing that you're going to be able to provide that.
Absolutely.
And I wonder if I feel like I interviewed a guy, Mr. Group Home.
I literally have been following him for a while now because he's doing this big thing that's literally on my birthday, the day of and the day after my birthday, where they're doing like this group thing, like a boot camp with the group home. So I've had my eye on him. Like I want to definitely get with him so I can just kind of pick his brain and learn a little bit more. You know what I mean? So definitely for sure. For sure. So those are some things that I really want to see come to fruition that I'm trying to focus on in my single season. You know what I mean? And not be distracted by anything and just really see it happen. And if I feel that's okay, at least I tried. You get what I'm saying? At least I tried. But here we are. I'm speaking. I'm on your podcast. So it's already going in that direction. So I just want to keep developing that skill. You know what I mean? And just see where it can take me. For sure.
Well, awesome. Awesome. And you know what? Shout out to you're a mom before anything else.
Yes. Yes. Hey boys. I have 4. Yes, and they know. You see your mama. Hey.
That's right.
For sure.
Job. I follow you. Follow your story. Follow your personal life.
Yes.
And I've already known that you're just a phenomenal mom. That's
you are too, though. You are too. Yes, boy, mom, you are doing it. Definitely, for sure.
I appreciate you. And I just wish nothing but just beautiful success in your future. God is definitely taking you to new heights. Like I said, I was so glad to see that you're in an environment where you're going to be able to help so many people. You know what I mean? And I think that it was just befitting because of where you've been through, what you've been able to overcome, that you can inspire others. And it's just going to take you to inspire thousands of hundreds of millions of people.
Thank you.
Throughout your life. And I'm excited to be there to support in any way that I can. I'm so grateful for you coming on here and just being so open and transparent with everything,
Thank you for having me. Thank you. Look, I probably messed up the microphone. This is my first time, guys. But no, thank you for even thinking of me. This was definitely one of those moments I feel like, am I qualified for this?
Lord.
You know what I mean? So just thank you for thinking of me, to be a guest on here, because I'm proud of you too, girl. Look at you. Hey.
Doing my face, y'all.
Yes. Yes, she is doing it, okay? Follow her. Come on.
Okay, I will have all her information listed below so that way you guys can follow her, continue to follow her journey and all the endeavors that she has coming up, all the different speaking engagements that we're going to say that out there when her group home comes together, her forever home, comes together. You guys are going to be able to see it because you're going to be front and center, being able to watch it all. So it's beautiful. I thank you for taking time out. This has been a wonderful episode.
Yes.
I knew it would be.
Yes.
And I hope you guys were blessed by it as well. Again, for those who haven't already, because I'm going to have more beautiful, phenomenal, and inspiring guests on my podcast. And I want you guys to be able to be a part of it. So you can't be a part of it until you join the fam. So make sure you guys please subscribe, like, share. And let's like I said, we're a community. Comment, help each other out. Can you guys resonate with her story as well? Because we like to see those comments. Those keep us going, keep us motivated as well. In times where we're a little low and we're a little down. So, do that for us. We love y'all so very much. And of course, as always, let's make a change.